Chapter minus 12.21 Fish Hook Anger by Frank. As soon as we were away from Invictus, Minnow's eyes filled with tears. "Oh, I hate him," she said. "He's very opinionated," said Skye. "He's ghastly," said Minnow. "But Coo seems nice," said Ben. "Amazing to see a human who's half kangaroo," said Skye. Minnow nodded, but she still looked upset. "I thought Marescimar would only have nice people," she said. "Does anywhere?" asked Ben. "We're not just anywhere," said Minnow. "We're in this amazing place, and I think Invictus needs to rise to the occasion." I laughed. "Maybe he'll be forced to," I said. "I hope so," said Minnow. "There they are," said Skye, pointing to the cliffs. We ran the rest of the way, puffing by the time we reached Jax and Blizzard. "We brought you some strawberries," said Minnow, "for luck." "So kind," said Jax. Minnow sighed. "Yes," she said, "it is." Jax looked confused. "You seem annoyed." "We ran into Invictus," said Minnow. "He thought we were stealing the strawberries." "Oh dear," said Jax. "But Coo said it was fine," I added. "Invictus can be difficult," said Jax. "I'm sorry if he's been rude to you." Minnow blushed. I could tell she felt cross that Invictus was bringing out her anger. Blizzard smiled. "You might like to visit the Black Pond one day," he said. Minnow blushed even more. "Oh dear," she said. "Do you think I have fishhook anger?" "I doubt it," said Jax. "But it's not useful to hold on to anger, especially when you're at Marescimar. Holding on to anger for too long damages your own heart." "What about rudeness, though?" asked Minnow. "Invictus seems to have plenty of that." "Well, that's not good either," said Blizzard. "But Invictus is a special case." "We can't say too much," said Jax. "It's his story to tell, but please know that he's not had an easy time." Minnow looked all hot and bothered. I could tell she was thinking about the hard time Skye and Ben had been through and how they'd been neither rude nor nasty. Blizzard put his hand on Minnow's shoulder. "Don't be too eager to make a decision about people," he said. "You might make the wrong judgment." Minnow nodded, but I knew Minnow. She rarely changed her mind about anyone. Chapter minus 12 Surfing the Noesis by Frank. "Now," said Blizzard, "listen up." Jax grinned. "Listen with all your senses," she said. We stood on the cliff looking out at the indigo sea and listening with everything we could. "So, you know about the Noesis," said Jax. "You've all been out there. Skye, you've led a mission, and you've shown everyone that you can use your intuition as well." Skye nodded, looking proud. I was glad. She'd been so brave when we all went up into the Noesis, searching for clues to help us find Jemima when she was missing. "And you all know that the Noesis is like a massive brain," said Blizzard. "Or a gigantic mind," said Minnow. "Yes," said Jax. "It's basically the magical sum of all known things right across time and space." "Are there any unknown things?" I asked. "Of course," said Blizzard. "No one can claim to know everything unless they are the ruler of all the universes." "Is there such a thing?" asked Ben. "That's a mystery," said Blizzard. "One of the unknown things," said Jax with a grin. Blizzard's hat suddenly appeared. "Hello all," he said, leaping onto Blizzard's head. "Can you hear anything outside what your ears can detect?" asked the hat. We all stood listening. Ben looked uncertain. "I think my skin can hear something. I think it can hear happiness," he said. Jax smiled. "Excellent," she said. "Very good," said Blizzard's hat. "I feel as if I can hear happiness with my eyes," said Minnow. "But is that possible?" "Definitely," said Blizzard. "And I'm hearing a kind of excitement in my blood," I said. It's not a feeling, it's a noise. Nice, said Blizzard. Sky? Asked Jax. I can hear songs in my head, she said. But you can't hear them? Nope, said Blizzard. It's some girls, said Sky. I think it's 2 of them, singing about being a creep and a weirdo. Jax laughed. This is really good, she said. When surfers can hear the Noesis with all their senses, it means they'll be safer. Trust is a huge part of being with the Noesis. We were all amazed at what we could hear and stood there shaking our heads with huge grins on our faces. Sky, said Blizzard, can you explain how it was for you when you led the rescue mission? Sky wrinkled her forehead. It was scary because I didn't want to fail, and then I just went for it because we didn't have much time to spare. Jem could have died, so we had to find her. She was part of me, so that meant that I could have died too. I think I did trust the Noesis, but I also trusted myself. Blizzard smiled. That's the thing, he said. You have to trust your instinct. You have to trust yourself. I remember when I saw the hot air balloons. You said it was good because I wasn't relying on my mind, said Sky. Exactly, said Blizzard. If you're thinking all the time, you can't allow your other senses to connect with the Noesis. You need your mind to take a back seat. Otherwise, it will always try to take over. That's what it does. That's why we get you to listen with all of your senses, said Jax. Of course, we all need logic too, but if we have too much logic, or if we rely solely on it, our mission won't succeed. I grinned, feeling excited. I feel like my nose is hearing, I said, but how is that possible? What are you hearing with your nose? Asked Jax. That it's time to start, I said.